My best relationships, my longest lasting relationships, and my most profitable relationships have always been birthed and are the product of people fucking me over.
The best sales reps are usually the most fucked up.
Damn.
You've been eating shit for so many years of your life, and what is sales? You eat shit.
Yeah.
And just smile with a smile on your face.
Exactly.
Don't focus on trying to tear other people's towers down. Only focus on trying to build yours to be the tallest it can be.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Taking the Piff podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Nate Ancelet. My boss, also consider a friend. Nate is running the pay-per-call industry in insurance sales in America, providing some of the biggest insurance companies over there. He is the founder of Policy Printer, which is running leads directly to your business. Now, Nate is very successful. He's brought his business to $300,000 to $400,000 a month. But something nice about Nate today is he's actually been in the info space. We've got two high ticket closers here. And today we're going to go deep into which one is the best avenue for someone to take. And I think we're going to figure out who's going to take the red or the blue pill today.
Yeah.
Nate, I'd love to just figure out, man, talk me through your pay-per-call model. What's going on with you, brother? Welcome to the pod.
Yeah, dude. So pay-per-call, I think what's really important is I'm very, very sure that most of your viewers are not going to know what pay-per-call is. So very, very briefly, what pay-per-call is as an industry, it really is a business model. Okay. So pay-per-call is just marketing, right? But instead of it doing like a retainer where it's like, okay, so Colin, you have a business, you want to pay $10,000 a month in Facebook ads, we'll build out your landing page and all the extra shit. And then, you pay me $3,000 a month as a retainer, right? Instead of the retainer model and then putting your ad spend down and hoping to God that it's going to give you an ROI after 90 days, which is basically what everybody's retainer model is. We go to companies and we say, listen, I'm going to just send you the fucking leads. And if the leads are good, then you will only ever pay me per lead. So it costs you $200 to acquire a client right now. Mm-hmm. You have a 10% conversion rate. I will send you leads at $20 a pop. And as long as I remain at a 10% conversion rate, that is a $200 cost to acquire a client. Mm-hmm. And so this works really well. It's also, pay-per-call is also a form of performance marketing. And basically performance marketing is just that. If you don't perform, you die, you fail. Mm-hmm. So if you fail, then you don't keep the client. So instead of, like I said, keeping somebody for 90 days and hoping to God that they're successful and getting an ROI, we're literally able to provide people ROI on day one a lot of times.
Nice.
And so that was the world that I came from. I've done that for 7 years with my primary holding company, Ancelet Advising. We serve, some of the largest carriers and sales agencies in the country. And it's all insurances. I started in the home services world. And it's funny today that we're going to be talking about high ticket versus insurance, because just like there's this current back and forth between high ticket insurance guys, bro, being like,
I'll make more.
Exactly. Like, oh yeah, dude, why would you do insurance, bro? You could piff a 4K, you know what I mean? That's fine. That's great. Like there's really validity in every single model. And I'm excited today to dive into what those numbers actually look like. But anyway, point is that, that's what the pay-per-call world is. And I did pay-per-call for so long that then I wanted to teach people. So I created an info product last year. We did really well. Thank God, made over $250,000. Still have it running right now. No bad reviews. Nobody that can sit here and call me a fucking scammer. Let's go, bro. Nobody has not been paid. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. So you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. What are we doing?
Money, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. At the end of the day, that's really the biggest thing, right? Is just doing good fucking business. So the fact that I literally have had this business model running where so many people have tried and failed, I still have that shit going. And then we have the info product, which did really well. And then I hired a high ticket person to come in and close large deals in the info space. Mm-hmm. And then that led me into my next phase of the journey, which is Policy Printer. Baby. So Policy Printer has been super sick. We're feeding tons and tons of agents directly in small agencies for final expense inbound calls, and just fueling success as much as we possibly can.
Nice.
So that's been the game.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So like in insurance, most reps, they're doing outbound dialing.
Yeah.
Trying to create their own leads, nurture them. You're providing inbound leads.
Correct.
So do a lot of insurance reps have skepticism around that, or what are some of the challenges you have on your calls trying to convince them to shift over?
So it's actually really interesting. And I just want to clarify. So by insurance, I'm talking about Policy Printer specifically serves life insurance agents, not health, not auto, not home, very specifically life insurance, specifically for final expense. Final expense is essentially a life insurance policy for seniors that can't afford a traditional life insurance policy. You know, it's like 50 to $100 a month normally. And those are the agents that we serve. So in that world, yes, most agents are currently outbound dialing on age data, non-exclusive leads, usually non-compliant. Unfortunately, for the American consumer, typically people in the life insurance game aren't really worried about compliance. They're a lot more worried about making the numbers work, which is fair, because at the end of the day, you gotta pay your bills, but it's also not fair to the American consumer. I mean, I've seen people with Instagram accounts and their names are like "I sell grannies" or fake. I've seen like fake so policies, brutal, and to the guy who's "I sell grannies," like that's hilarious, to be honest. Like I think it's like a dude doing Medicare. Come to life, bro. Come to life insurance. Let's go. But anyway, point is that that's kind of what this is creating, and it's unfortunate because speaking about compliance, it's really interesting, bro. The reason why I do inbounds is because I've seen so many data providers come and die because they get wrapped up in compliance shit, and then agents get wrapped up, and then shit gets really bad. And you know what the worst part about all of it is? The worst part is the entire industry is forced to change. I've seen it happen in Medicare, and for anybody that knows me or knows the Medicare and ACA world, you're gonna agree with this. I've seen it happen in private health insurance. I've seen it happen in auto insurance. I've seen it happen in Medicare insurance. I've seen it happen in ACA insurance. And now it's coming for final expense. I don't know when, I don't know how long we have this window for, but the good news is if you really build your shit on something similar to what I do, which is consumer initiated inbound calls, instead of you outbound dialing in a non-compliant manner to try to get sales, you are simply taking people who are looking for that product and closing them and providing them the quote and ultimately the policy. So it remains compliant, right? So by inbound leads, it's really important, pay per call, not pay per lead. Most people will hear lead, they'll think of like a Facebook lead that comes in. Instead of this being a posted lead where you have to outbound dial that person, we literally have ads that say call to speak to an agent, and then when somebody clicks on that ad to call in, it gets routed to the agent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
And Nate, you said you've been around 7 years. I spoke to you again the other night, and you mentioned that there's been so many other people doing what you're doing that haven't succeeded. Like guys much older than you, much more experienced per se.
Yeah.
What do you think has separated you and managed to get you to this level of success and continuing to grow, right? We're only at the start of this.
Yeah.
So what do you think has made it different? What have you done differently than these guys who failed?
Dude, straight up, I suck at everything. I'm so bad at so much shit. I tried basketball. I'm a loppy ass son of a bitch. You know, I tried football. I tried school, flunked out of school. I tried working for other people. I tried, co-founding a startup company when I was 18. Like I tried so much shit and failed at so many things. Right. But the one thing that I have as a true superpower is my ability to build and maintain relationships.
I love that.
And the reason why ultimately comes down to, and I mean this in no way arrogantly, but I just genuinely have the best interest for the people that I want to do business with. Yes. I think what's really common in the business place is people have this I need all mine mentality, whereas the reality is instead of being focused on how can I make as much money as possible, I'm focused on serving others. And I've always been that way. I was raised to be a servant leader. Thank God for my parents. They really, really did a good job in keeping my head on straight and focusing on serving others rather than serving myself. And I think that through that, right, my dad has always, my stepdad, but my dad, right?
Yeah.
My stepdad has this line that I will use forever. He has quite a few, and hopefully I can drop some wisdom for the viewers here. But good news travels fast. Bad news travels faster.
That's facts.
Right? And so at the end of the day, like you're not going to grow and scale super hard, super fast based on good reviews and testimonials. It's not going to happen. Okay. The only way that you will grow is by knowing that it's going to take fucking time.
Okay. That's
right.
Nice.
That's the only, it's just going to take time. And my grandpa always says, he says it's going to take twice as long and cost you twice as much. So just understanding, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's like, bro, I'm gonna get into fucking insurance in 6 months. And then you see all these guys, hey, how much money did you make your first month? I made $42,000. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
There's few and far between.
But it's few and far between.
Yeah.
A lot of times there's beginner's luck. A lot of times month 1 was fire. Month 2 sucks ass.
And then there's all the chargebacks.
And then you chargebacks and insurance, or maybe with high ticket, it's just, maybe bad leads, or maybe you just get thrown off because you got some shit going on, right? It doesn't matter what happens month 1. It doesn't matter what happens month 2. It matters what the fuck is your actual goal. And then setting that goal and then doing literally everything you can to remain consistent in hitting that goal. Right. And so I think that a lot of people, they just get shiny object syndrome and then they just kind of fuck off.
But the thing is, when I talk about it, right, that's obviously adversity. Shit comes up in business. How do you usually deal with that?
Realignment. I think, and that might sound corny or shallow, but the reality is, like, you have to accept what you can't control and control what you can.
Nice.
And just remain positive, bro. And the way that I kind of think about it is like, just like this, like, man, if you're actually, I'm good.
Pussy.
Thank you. Yeah, that's not my, I'm a cigarette guy because I'm a piece of shit, but I appreciate the offer.
Oh, cool.
But dude, at the end of the day, bro, like, recently, I've been literally smiling in the face of adversity on purpose. As soon as I get frustrated, I'm like, wait, this is why God chose me.
Yeah.
Like, this is why Nate Anslet at the motherfucking helm of this ship. You know what I'm saying?
No one else
because
could do
if
it.
not, motherfuckers would roll.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers would roll. As soon as shit gets hot, that's your test, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not being tested when it's easy. You're being tested when it's fucking hard. When you're stressed, when you got clients banging you on some dumb shit, and you've got other people that are frauding you, and then you've got agents that are concerned about this, and you've got all these things going on. Then you got your mom calling you because of some, and he's like, oh my God. But then you're like,
Ooh.
nah, we good, player.
We good.
We good, And then because of that, that's what just keeps me going, is just knowing that this is just the test.
Yeah.
And then I get to test myself and see how I respond. And like, growing up, when I was young, I was raised by a single mom until I was 6 years old. And bless her, the problem with being raised by a single mom, and thank God that my stepdad came into the picture. The problem with being raised by a single mom is she's very emotional. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Because she's got so much shit. I mean, thank God for her, man. She put me and my brother, he's 6 years older than me, has autism, put us into a private school on her own paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That was like in the time when Countrywide was a mortgage company. She was pushing mortgages as a loan officer, just fucking grinding, bro. Grinding. I remember sitting there playing with toys under her desk while she was on calls and shit when I was like just little as hell. You know what I'm saying? Bosses trying to exploit her. She's a beautiful woman. So single mom, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It was just a yucky situation. Yeah. But either way, you know what I'm saying? Just like all of those things combined just creates an atmosphere where you are forced to adapt and overcome. Yeah. And then because you're emotional when you're young, those are things you have to break. Yes. As you grow up, right? Those are things that, thank God for my stepdad. He helped mold, but then those same things start to come when you're 20, 21, 22, emotional, calling your mom when you're frustrated, and then your stepdad calling you like, yo,
shut up.
Quit calling your fucking mom. Like, this is what it means to be a man now. Like, always rely on us, but like, stop relying on us, Yeah. And at first I was like, damn, what an asshole. And then, then I started to understand as you grow, you're like, nah, like, that's real as fuck. Yeah. Like, you got to just be a man, Fireman. And like, that is why as a man, you have to be a man. Correct. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, women should be able to rely on you in relationships, and employees be able to rely on you. And so that's really what molded that,
What's that like deeper driver for you?
So I would say a couple things. Like, obviously maybe not obviously. For me, there's definitely a level of trauma, not to be the guy that uses that, fucking.
Everyone has it.
But it's the way you do it, though. What way do you fucking dance with the trauma? Do you dance and put it in your favor, or do you dance against it, right? Yeah, right. It's like, there's a story, isn't there, about these two Indian kids, right? Basically, their dad was murdered when they were young. They both go separate ways in life. So one goes with this side of the track, this goes the other. They both come back at the end. One guy's a multi-millionaire, one guy's a drug addict. Yeah. He goes, oh, why are you a millionaire? He goes, oh, because my dad died when I was young. I had to step up. The other one, it's like, oh, I had trauma. My dad died when I was young. Yeah. Same fucking story. It's a different narrative you tell yourself to actually grow, right?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. And I think for me, like, one, having the single mom and seeing what she went through to like take care of us was super impactful. But then secondly, like, my biological father, bless him, he passed away when I was 13. And a year before he passed away, he had some very unfortunate circumstances that happened to where he was no longer able to afford to see me anymore. He had to call me one day and be like, yo, like, I love you, man, but like, I'm not in a financial position to come and pick you up. And he lived 2.5 hours away from us. So he literally couldn't put gas in his truck to come see me. And when that happened, it really fucked with my head. And because I was so young, and then I have my mom that's kind of, my mom wasn't trying to come at me or wasn't trying to, play him sideways or anything, but she was obviously feeling some type of way because now she got a son that's crying, can't see my dad, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, this guy told me he wasn't able to see me because he couldn't afford it. And still to this day, when I watch a movie, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness by what's it, you know what I mean? I see that I still get like super, like I feel some type of way because I'm just like, I will never not be able to pay the fucking bills.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the guy that's like, I'll do anything to make money and, fuck people up. No. I will always do good business. But I'm the kind of guy where I will go and tear fucking asphalt shingles off of roofs in 120-degree weather like I did when I was 17 years old to put fucking cheddar in my bank account before I will not be able to pay fucking bills. I have no ego. You know what I'm saying? I will do the needful, And now, I have hella employees. We have hundreds of clients. And like, with those conversations, some of these people are literally reaching into their bank account and giving us some of their last dollars
100%.
in efforts of being able to flip that and turn it into money.
Yeah.
And when you have that, and like when you give a shit like me, like God knows there's lead vendors out there, they don't give a single fuck.
No, bro.
They literally do not care. You're on calls all day. Yeah. And I was on calls all day before you started taking them of people that are just like, dude, I don't know what to do. Because I've been screwed by this guy and screwed by this guy. And so when you are in charge of taking single moms or single dads or dads that have 3 kids and they're just like, bro, I got to put fucking food on the table and I'm doing this final expense thing. And it really sucks because I think a lot of IMO leaders and hierarchy leaders will talk about the ups of final expense. Yeah, no one talks about it. But they really don't dive down into like what comes with that. Yeah. And at the end of the day, final expense, you're your own business owner. So you have to pay for leads unless you're with like a different IMO that supplies leads or whatever, which is fine. You get paid less, whatever. But the point is, if you're really running your own business, 99% of people on this planet are not mentally equipped with the wherewithal to be able to withstand the burdens and the tribulations and the trials that will come with being a business owner. So they're just not equipped with that. They don't have the mindset for it. So we are then tasked with ensuring that the mindset is there and ensuring that people like know what the fuck time it is and things like that, right?
I actually have a question for you, Soul Colin, because I don't know if you know, I'm running a massive mobility and injury prevention offer. Obviously Colin was top boy on the offer, absolutely crushing it. Sad to see him leave and have a new boyfriend.
Let's go. No Diddy. No Diddy.
But what's the transition been like, you selling high ticket fitness specifically and going over to insurance?
It's very different sale. The thing I like about the fitness side of things, it's very emotional, right? You get to really get to know the person. Not just saying you can't get to know your prospect or the person you're dealing with in the insurance side of things, but I feel like you go to a deeper level and that increases your skills tenfold because it's not an ROI-based sale. You can't just say, if they have to go up and do it themselves at the end of the day. You can provide them the best trainer. You can give them everything they need to fucking do. But if they don't do it, they're not going to get it. Where at least with the insurance, it's more of an ROI. So they're getting their money out. And sometimes, look, the fitness thing doesn't work for everyone. And that's okay, and they have to jump out.
It works if you work, yeah.
It works if you work, right? Yeah. But it's very hard. It's very easy to get someone motivated for an hour on a phone call with me and you tell them they can do it, you get them hyped up, they make the decision. But then they go back to their old self-limiting beliefs, the things that have gotten there in the first place, right? That's hard to see. It's a much more intellectual sale. Is very difficult. For this, it's more numbers based, right? The way we're pulling emotion out in insurance is, okay, how many dials are you doing today? It's like, 500 dials. Okay, and how many people are you getting to speak to? 20. And do those people want to speak to you? Fuck no, right? So you're pulling out emotion in a different way. So it's a different type of sale. And then at the very end of that, you can actually show them what they can expect, which is beautiful, right? And you can actually provide them. And that's why I don't mind actually sitting down with someone and having their last dollars. Have they been fucked over in the past? Why? Because of you, Nate. Because of the level you give a fuck. Like, I haven't worked with many people. It's the same. It's the very same with Moose Method, the coaches. They give a fuck, and that's the beauty of it. And I don't mind asking someone, it's like, look, man, I know you've been fucked, but trust me, follow me. You know, I'll guide you here. Yeah. But I know I'm putting you in the right place, because if you go somewhere else and waste that $4,000, $5,000, $3,000, I know it won't be the same level of commitment from the lead provider.
Yeah.
All right. So they're kind of the biggest changes. It's more of a simpler sale. And it's nicer to get the ROI, but this has made me an absolute animal. An animal of a sales rep. It's there's a lot of work in it, a lot of heartache, but fuck me, you get to connect with people on a different level. And the people that have changed their life, that is so beautiful, man. Yeah. Someone who's been in pain for 10 fucking years. I had a guy come on. He was 38, like, young guy. His whole body has shut down, nerve issues, damage. I brought him in. I signed him up for 2 years. $14,800, right, for a 2-year package. This guy came in. He was in 3 months. He has the best review up. This has changed my life. I cannot believe it. He's out of pain. He had spent hundreds of thousands on medical help from the medical system in the United States. And then I'm just reading that, and I get this fucking daily when I was there.
That's more fulfilling than the commission.
It's more fulfilling, 100%. But then it's the same, but you can look at it another way too, right? So if someone comes in and, for example, the guy Garrett, right? Like, he came in, you know, he's like, he was a bit weary about doing it. 3 days in, closed 4 out of 7 fucking calls. That's like $5,000 for him. Or $4,000 for him, you know. So, and he's just had a baby boy, and now he gets to provide for them because of the choice I've made him make. You know,
how would you say selling fitness has like transferred into insurance?
Resilience. I don't give a fuck about objections. They can give me objections all day because I'm dealing with them so much. There's no, like, it's not very common to get a lot of objectionist closes. And I'm really good at spotting what the limiting belief is. Like, what is the actual issue? You know, do they trust us? Do they not? Is it a money issue? And I'm very good at, like, singling out which one it is and diving into it and making them overcome that. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing, boy.
Sick.
Yeah.
I guess for you, Nate, as well, from what I understand, look, you've been in the game a long time. You work with a lot of people. What is it about Colin? What makes him different? Yeah. And why did you make him sales director?
Yeah. So I actually made the decision for Colin to be, and we kind of made the decision together, you know, but we made that decision ultimately because of the Matthew Boy situation.
Fire.
And the reason why I decided that I wanted to work with Colin was because when I see, like, for me, bro, for my fucking people, there is no limit in which I will go. Like, I don't have any tattoos, but there's one tattoo that I want to get, and it says, "For them, I give my all." And the reason why I like that shit so fucking much is because loyalty to me is everything. And I think it's because since I was a kid, I've experienced so much disloyalty. And so when that happens to me, I typically now, I don't really get, like, I definitely get pissed the fuck off at first, and then I internalize, and then I'm chill.
Yeah.
And when I saw how fucking pissed Colin was, and he said over and over, and bro, I'm telling you, for like 72 hours while you guys were in Miami, this guy was buzzing me and Yoder, my partner, just fucking pissed. This stupid fuck, this motherfucker, you know, and I felt his passion. I remember calling Yoder and just being like, that shit's kind of funny how mad Colin is right now. And I knew that it had nothing to do with the money. Yeah. It was everything to do with the disloyalty. Matthew lied to you. He took advantage of you. He played you. He stole from you. Okay. Like, there's all of these things that happened. And I don't feel that it necessarily hit your ego. But what I do feel that happened was that you were hurt because of the disloyalty in somebody that you saw a real opportunity with, pursued, and really gave your attention to, your time, your energy, and then he fucked you over. Yeah. And so when I saw that Colin was so passionate about being fucking angry at the disloyalty, I knew that disloyalty does not exist within Colin. No. So if you're going to lock the fuck in with Colin, he's going to lock in with you, and he's going to do good business because clearly he doesn't accept bad business going on. And in the world of lead generation, it is so easy to grift and to steal and to take advantage of. And I needed a sales rep who I knew was not going to play that fucking game. He was not down. And if I told him, hey, listen, if somebody doesn't have the money, don't put them in some fucking payment. I don't even offer payment plans. How many buy now, pay later options do we have, Colin?
0.
Not a single fucking one. Not a single one. And not that there's
Upfront,
anything.
baby.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with the buy now, pay later options out there. For me personally, I feel an ethical and moral responsibility and a dilemma in taking money from somebody that they don't have it. Only because in this world, if you want to sell life insurance and you want good fucking leads and you want a good system, motherfucker, go get your mom a policy and come back to me when you have a couple racks. Yeah. Oh, your mom doesn't need a policy? All right, go knock fucking doors and get a goddamn policy and come back to me when you have some money. Like, bro, it's really not that fucking hard to drum up business. And if people can't, I mean, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's also not that fucking, bro, we're selling a life insurance policy. Like, this is not Move's method. You're not going to have to knock doors and say, hey, do you have pain? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally like, yo, do you have life insurance? No, you don't? All right, well, let's talk about your options, right? You could literally make 5-10 grand in a day selling life insurance. Sometimes some of these guys are doing even more than that. Yeah, like we were looking at numbers yesterday. People in this insurance, in this space, I don't even remember. I could look it up, but bro, these guys are doing like
6,000
600 racks.
It's like
just
fucking
this
4
year,
months into
bro.
the year, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
So it's like, obviously those guys have elite level experience, but again, we don't even offer buy now, pay later options. Like, bro, if you want to lock in with me, go find you some cash. Come back to me when you got some cash that you can spend, and the world is not going to end if you spend it. I'm very confident in our systems. I'm not confident in the agents that come in.
Yeah,
straight up. Straight up.
I was telling you before the pod that like I interview somewhere between like 50 to 100 sales reps a week.
Yeah,
a lot of people are leaving high ticket to go into insurance. But at the same rate, there's a lot of people leaving insurance going into high ticket.
Yeah.
So like, what does it actually take to succeed in insurance sales?
Okay. So I would say, and I'd love to hear from your guys' perspective as well, what it takes to succeed in high ticket. And I think that we're going to have the same agreement.
Yeah.
And I think what it takes to succeed in life insurance is just being motherfucking resilient.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Resilience,
100%.
Consistency.
Yeah. Showing up even when it's shit.
Bro,
keep your mentality
especially when it's shit.
Yeah.
Especially and knowing that it's gonna be shit. Yeah. There's gonna be days where you're gonna take 12 fucking calls and you're not gonna get a single sale in high ticket. There's gonna be days where you outbound dial for 12 hours. You literally dial 600 plus people. Not even 10% pick up the phone. And then the ones that do, they're hanging up the phone before you can even get a pitch in, right? Like that shit is gonna happen. With inbounds, there's gonna be days where you take 10 calls in a row, nobody buys. It's going to happen. The question is, are you a fucking pussy? Or are you going to lock the fuck in and you're going to figure it out?
Correct.
Just like all of us else, right? Like there's days with me in my business where I have clients banging me all day, hitting me up with bullshit and this and that. Yo, bro, I took the past 4 calls. None of them closed. Is the traffic bad today? Bro, I've sold 3,000 phone calls in the past 8 hours. You've taken 4 of them and you want to fucking complain to me about call quality? Are you fucking shitting me right now? Yeah. You're less than 1% of my calls today, and you're coming at me. Meanwhile, I've got other agents that are like, yo, this shit's fire. And then I've got 6 other guys that are complaining. And at the end of the day, I talked to one of my mentors. I don't know if I can drop his name. I'll drop his name. Andrew Taylor, good friend of mine. You already know about him. I will consider him a mentor in this space.
Explain
for sure.
Who he is. Give context.
Yeah, bro.
To this guy. He's the big dog, man.
Big dog in insurance and Family First Life. Shout out Family First Life. Really good organization. Genuinely gives a fuck. And Andrew, I called him up the other day because I told him, like, bro, I'm really struggling with my mental state right now. Which I haven't called anybody to talk to them about my mental state in a very long time. And I called him and I was like, yo, bro, like genuinely, I'm kind of struggling right now, bro, because I'm having agents that are complaining to me. I'm having agents that are seeing extreme success. And like, what do I do here? He goes, Nate, I have hired, something like 50,000 people. I think he said like 45,000 people he has hired in insurance in between all of his downlines and shit. That's a lot of fucking people. And he's like, bro, I have like 5,000 people that are actively writing. And he's like, at the end of the day, like if, 30, 40% of your people are seeing success and the other ones are struggling and they're just complaining about quality, they're bitch. Yeah. Like straight up, like learn to be better. It's a skill issue. you know, straight up. Yeah. And I think, and at the end of the day, bro, the best part about insurance sales is you like people like me and Yoder literally talk about one of the best ways to crush in final expense right now is just retard max. I'm not a big fan of like all these like stupid maxing shit, but literally just be retarded. Just drop it down, keep it super fucking simple, and follow the damn fundamentals.
Yeah.
But you know, to answer your question, genuinely, a very long way to answer, but at the end of the day, bro, just be motherfucking resilient.
Yeah.
You know that 90% of people fail out of insurance within the first 12 months.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because they just don't have the mental fortitude to hang the hell in there.
That's so true, because we spoke about trauma earlier, and it attracting a lot of people who have trauma go into sales.
Yeah. Really?
And the best sales reps are usually the most fucked up.
Wow.
Because like it's true, man.
It's true, bro.
You've been eating shit for so many years of your life, and what is sales? You eat shit.
Yeah.
And just smile with a smile on your face.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
What a dick.
I'm literally like I watch other reps there, watching calls. And someone will like hang up on them, get angry on them, whatever. And they're like, oh man, you helped me at this, whatever. And I'll be sitting with Colin taking calls, and they'll hang up or they'll shout or whatever. He's like, haha.
Next.
Yeah.
But what I found as well, like, you know, there's obviously like B2C and we got B2B. In reality, it's H to H. It's human to human, right?
Yeah.
It's fire.
It is, because at the end of the day, man, when I get on these group interviews with 30, 40 people, I'm like, look, guys, a lot of sales reps come on. It's kind of like cycling. Everyone's doping. Everyone's lying about their numbers.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, be honest. Like, I don't care about your experience. I don't care about your background. What I care is like your human to human connection.
Yeah.
And also if you're resilient. Yeah. Someone wrote to me the other day, said, I've never seen someone so consistent at hiring like quality reps. And for me, it boils down to two things. Yeah. It's that human aspect. You have that like natural charisma, that energy, that aura where you can just chat to anyone and hold a conversation. And number two is grit.
Yeah.
And then you're just training people on frameworks.
Yeah.
Taking people with no experience to absolutely crushing it, making great money.
Really?
Yeah. So like what's your whole take on that?
So my whole take is I have been running my own business for 7 years, right? And of that, I've probably hired internally I've hired a lot of fucking people, but I would say like I have right now about 14 core employees, right? And for me, it doesn't matter if it's a sales position or if it's an ops position or if it's a marketing position or literally insert type of position, it doesn't matter. I always simply look for who they are as a person.
Yeah.
Because like you just said, at the end of the day, bro, like I can teach anybody how to run an operation, right? But the question is, do they have integrity? Do they show up every day to work? Do they show up when they don't want to? Do they figure shit out? Yeah. Like I remember a while ago, I had a conversation with my buddy Mike, and Mike was telling me that with all of his employees, he has everyone on salary, whereas I had everyone on hourly. And he's like, dude, you need to move to salary. And I was like, why? He's like, because if you move to salary and you tell your people straight to their face, you say, listen, you're going to be on salary. It does not matter if our business is doing well. It does not matter if our business is losing money. You will be taken care of.
Yeah, I like that.
And in exchange, I need to know that if I call you on a fucking Saturday morning and I need your damn help, that you will pick up the phone and you will help.
Where's my salary?
On God, coming soon to a call near you. But like genuinely, like when you start moving into the salary position, you get emotional buy-in because they know that they're going to be taken care of. And obviously in sales, it's very different. Of course, but operation, marketing, and things like that on that side, like when you have that buy-in, like perfect example, right? If somebody's internet goes out, like we were having an issue, and this is part of the reason why I brought it up to him in the first place. It's like, dude, yeah, we'll have people their internet goes out, and then they just don't show up to work to say the internet's out. He's like, bro, if my people's internet goes out, they're going to a fucking library. Yeah. They're going to a fucking Starbucks. Yeah. They're getting on a train if they don't have anything near them, and they're figuring it out to get to work because they know that they have a job to do and they have a loyalty to us. Mm-hmm. And when I understood that, I was like, oh, damn. It's different. So the salary portion is important, but at the end of the day, like if you have people that are genuinely there to see the success of the organization and it's more than just a paycheck, shit completely changes. But then when it comes to actually hiring, dude, everything just comes down to who they are as a person. So it kind of depends though. And what I'll talk about is I have always been really good at hiring really good employees. People that will come in, I can teach a system to, they can duplicate that system, or my partner Kendall, she can teach the system to, and they duplicate, right? But and for that role, I don't give a shit about experience.
Yeah.
And here's the big but. When you start to progress in business, and now you're doing $250,000 a month, more than $250,000 right now, we're anywhere 300 to 500K a month consistently. When you're at that level, you have to start hiring people that know more than you do.
I like that.
They're gonna come in and they're gonna say, Nate, this is what you're doing, and I see that it works, but check this the fuck out, and then it just rips. So I would say ultimately it comes down to what stage of the game you're at, and also what kind of business model you have. So for us, I run a very boutique shop. I've always ran a very boutique shop. We also have a very lean operation that doesn't require a lot of employees. But then when you start to really progress through, now I'm starting to look for two things. I'm looking for loyalty. I'm looking for honesty. I'm looking for integrity. I'm looking for consistency. That's the core four for me.
Nice.
But then outside of that, if I'm looking for more of a senior position, that's where experience matters. But like, there's people that have come to me and be like, bro, Nate, I have no experience. I don't know what the fuck to do. And I ask them some questions to really pull it out. Because if you just ask them, are you a loyal person?
Yeah. No, you have to be tested.
You have to be tested, right? And I'm also not a manipulative bastard. I've had friends that have been manipulative to test me in my loyalty. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I'm going to pass that test every goddamn time, but fuck you, because I'm not going to be in your tests, bro. We're men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So when situations do come up, and you kind of just sit back and let them show you who they really are,
Yeah.
But either way, I look for those core four things, and then I look for experience depending on that role. Nice. But with sales, bro, like for calling, it was important because I don't need 40 reps. I still run a boutique operation nonetheless. We still are selective with the agents that we bring on.
100%.
But when it comes to something like insurance sales, right? Bro, doesn't fucking matter. Are you willing to grind? Yeah. Can you stick to a script? Yeah. Are you down to consistently show up every single fucking day, even when it sucks? Are you down to burn the midnight oil? Yeah. Are you the kind of guy where you wake up in the morning and you're frustrated with yourself? You look yourself in the mirror and say, I will be better
today.
I will take accountability for the shit that I can take accountability for. It's not the leads. Yeah. It's not the process. It's not the leadership. Yeah. It is literally myself.
Yeah. I want to run on something actually, because I've worked with both of you, right? And the biggest thing
better.
Well, who's better? Oh,
clearly me.
You're both.
You're really great.
I love it. You're both the same ego too.
Yeah.
No, but the thing I've noticed, the biggest thing is you fucking stop. That's my bro. That's my bro. But the both of you have incredibly high standards for yourselves. And that translates onto the workforce, and then you want to work for that person. You're like, fuck, man, I got to level up. So I want to find out, where did those high standards come from, both of you? Yourself, Brian, first. Like, where did you get incredibly high standards for you, and then for the people you inspire underneath you?
It's a good question. I've never been asked that before. I think it's probably a belief it's probably a belief of inadequacy. And I think, like, going back to trauma on this, I don't like that word. It's a heavy word and all that. And people are like victims saying it, but like, I think a lot of us, and we spoke about this in a podcast with Adam Taylor recently, we're like driven by our constraints. And growing up, I was always kind of made to feel that I wasn't good enough. So in order to get validation, I would have to perform. So I kind of built my identity around performance and being better and doing better, because that's how I receive love. And in many ways, like, I don't crave the validation anymore, but I've almost like let go a lot of that constraint and like a lot of attachment to it. But when you hold yourself to a high standard, life just functions better. You perform better, you're happier. Obviously, I put myself under a lot more stress and pressure to perform, but
pressure makes diamonds.
Exactly, brother. Sure. Exactly. That's actually a really good point, because like, whenever I feel myself like kind of calm and things are good, like making good money, things are good, I'll find a new project. How can I dive in? How can I challenge myself? So I guess to answer your question, like, the high standards, it probably comes from a place of a lack, but also, there's no light without dark. So it's also a superpower at the same time.
Yeah. It's about what way you look at it and frame it in your mind, right? What about you, brother?
So I would say I share in that. I was the fat kid in high school.
I knew it.
Yeah. Okay, dick. Fucker. No, but yeah. So yeah.
What did I say to you recently? Remember that shit?
No.
Do you want to share that? What did I say to you
What
there?
did you say to me? I can't remember.
Remember a year ago?
Oh yeah, yeah. So we jump back into that in a second, but I was putting on a little bit more weight than I usually do, right?
Yeah,
I'm usually
fat
good
ass.
for but I was coming. Brian was ordering something on Rappi down here, like a equivalent of Glovo or Deliveroo in Ireland or Spain. And basically, I was in the car, and he was like, "Oh, do you need anything for Rappi?" He was like, "Will you get me a few Kinder Buenos?" And he goes, he just like this. Kinder Buenos, you fat cunt. You're going to look like your dad. My dad's very overweight. And I was like, instantly by my mindset, I was like, I need to cancel the Kinder Buenos.
Yeah, fuck.
Let's get it. But you need your boy to call you out in that bullshit too.
And he got
right?
in shape then. Yeah,
Let's
he lost
go.
loads of weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
go.
10 kg after it, yeah.
Damn, I don't know what the fuck a kg is, but
It's like fucking Yanks.
yeah. Fuck.
I know, sorry,
goddamn.
what were you saying, brother?
We usually use the
Pounds.
We use the pound system because it's better. But anyway, just kidding. Totally kidding. Actually, the kg system is probably significantly more efficient.
Yeah.
But anyway, so to answer your question about where I get my like my need for high standards, is when I was a kid, right? I grew up on a ranch. Most people don't know this. Like everybody thinks of me as
Don't
some
strike
city
me as
boy.
that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
got the chain, you know what I'm saying? I got fucking, they think I love like all of this shit. At the end of the day, bro, like I'm doing all this shit so I can have a super nice ranch and I can have some cows and I can have a cool wife and some kids and smoke a cigarette as I'm flipping burgers in the backyard with a dope pool. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, bro, I really like, yes, do I have these, very, very big goals financially, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to the whole my dad thing. Like I just want to make sure that my family's always straight. Never have to worry about it. Never fucking have to worry about it. And I think that's most men.
Yeah,
right?
we're simple.
We're
simple.
I
We don't need
really
much.
like personally, I don't give a fuck about having a Bugatti. I don't, I don't give a
Where's
fuck
my
about.
cigar?
Yeah, bro. Like I don't really give a shit about that. Like I mean, I see I have a very nice one. I don't even own a fucking Rolex. I remember like last year, I had all this cash coming in from different shit. And it was just like free money. Like I had these back end deals that were just dropping money in my bank account. And I just remember I was like, Kendall, I talked to my partner. I'm like, Kendall, what the fuck should we do with this money, bro? Like I have we have an excess right now. And I donated a lot.
Fire, bro.
Because at the end of the day, I was just like, thank you, God. Like I ran a whole donation thing last year. It was fire. You know what I'm saying? And so the point is that I'm not personally driven by materialistic shit. I am simply driven by creating value in the marketplace.
Nice.
And I think that the more value you create in the marketplace, actually, I know the more value you create in the marketplace, the more monetary value you are provided back, right? So you provide more value, you get paid more. Very fucking simple. And if you're not getting paid enough, provide more fucking value, right?
Simple, right?
So the first thing is I am committed to serving my clients, as we talked about earlier, no matter what. And then I don't know what it is, bro. And you know this about me already. Motherfucker, I just want to be the best.
You want to be the best, man. You're like, I'm a savage,
Bro,
Colin. I just want it all.
I'm just gonna be the fucking best. And it's purely out of ego.
Yeah.
Like it's purely out of ego. And I don't know necessarily where that came from. Like I think when I was younger, I definitely had like I want to prove people wrong kind of thing. But actually, bro, there's actually a song by Lil Dicky. Do you guys know the rapper Lil Dicky?
Yeah.
I think it's called I can't remember the name of the song. Shout out Lil Dicky. He was like my favorite artist for like a year and a half. And the reason why is because he has this one song. Yeah, bro. He literally talks about having a little dick. Could never be me. Could never be me.
Authenticity sells.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means. But anyway, no. But genuinely, like he has one song, and I can't remember. It's actually like he's a funny comedic rapper. But he has one song that he talks about the actual pressure that comes from when people have high expectations of you.
Yes.
And so, there's a lot of people out there, like with your situation, right? You were saying that people like, they seem like they doubted you, or maybe they felt like you weren't going to be able to amount to much. And a lot of people are really driven from that. Man, that was not the case for me. Like everybody always had these extremely high expectations of me. And I felt like I had to meet that mark. Like when I was a very small kid, my mom was going through shit with my dad. Like I was her emotional safe place. She would put that onto me, not because of any other reason than she literally just had no one else. And I was always that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down, bro. I'm like, yeah, mom, what's going on? Like, talk to me. I'm like 7 years old wearing fucking Spider-Man sunglasses in her front seat. Some dude looking at her like, damn, mama. And I'm just like, the fuck you want, dog? You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, bro, like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And that was before I even knew that dudes were like on the prowl like that. I could just feel, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is that I have always been someone that is there for my people.
Yes.
And in exchange for that and my level of competency, like, and by competency, not street or not book smart by any means, but just capable with people. And so I was always held to that like expectation. Like, my parents wanted me to be a fucking doctor or lawyer or some shit. And I'm just like, dog. Like, I literally, boys, I flunked out of pre-stats in college. I'm talking statistics is like the easiest fucking class. And then there's pre-stats to prepare you for statistics. In the second week, I said, I don't know what mean, median, and mode is. I'm going to mean, median, and mode the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand. So I just decided, I was like, yeah. So anyway, the point, and then when that didn't happen, I felt like a certain level of something. At the end of the day, I've always been held to a very high expectation. Like I said, I kind of fucking rabbit trailed, but I was raised on a ranch. Like, every morning on Saturday, damn near. Obviously, there was some that wasn't like this, but like every Saturday, my dad's waking me up like 7:30, not super early, but like, yo, we got fences to mend. When you have cows, bro, the cows break down the fences, the bulls break down the fences. You got to go. You're always fixing fucking fences. You got trees that fall. You've got animals that need help. You've got like all of these things that go on, and so there's always shit to do. So I was always working since I was a kid. My friends were going to football games. They're going to the fucking homecoming. I wasn't allowed to go to like 2 homecomings because I had to work the next morning, not to get paid, but to simply take care of the ranch, because we just had shit to do.
Meanwhile, all my friends,
bro, hell yeah, bro. And my dad really had shit to do, and so me and him still talk to this day. My stepdad still talk to this day about the fact that like I was him. Like my dad had. I have 5 older brothers, right? I have 2 sisters, and I was always the one that was helping him. So it was just like, I've always known what hard work is. I've never been scared of hard work. And then I was also held to that expectation of being the person that people relied on, you know?
So yeah, I guess, a bit of a change in topic, but outside of the obvious, why did you choose Medellin as a base?
Why did I choose Medellin as a home base? I chose Medellin. I can't say that it's a home base. I actually don't have a home base. I was dating a girl, I was dating.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I'm trying to figure out how to frame this, because she's the coolest fucking chick I've ever dated. Like, shout out you if she sees this video. She's not going to see this video, but no, not Paisa. She's actually a Polish girl from Chicago. Okay. Dated her, you know, we had our differences for sure, but genuinely one of the coolest girls I've ever fucking dated. We dated for about 1.5 years. I decided that the relationship was no longer for me, so I ended it. And right before that had happened, her dad had passed away. And so I decided to not right before, that sounds crazy. Anyway, about 6 months before I ended it, her dad had passed away. I basically put all of my shit in my apartment in a storage, moved to Chicago. I was with her for about 6 months, her and her family, and, you know, helping, doing my best to handle the memorial and the funeral and all of these things, and just trying to take care of it and hold it down. And then I ended up removing myself from that relationship and stuff like that. No hard feelings, of course. But after that had happened, I had all my shit in storage, and I was just living at my parents' house. And then my good friend Samar hits me up, and he's like, yo, bro, we have a conference in Colombia that we're putting together called Colombia Con. He's like, do you want to come? And I was like, bro, fuck yeah. I just broke up with my now ex-girlfriend. Like, I've always seen all this cool shit about Colombia. Like, I'd love to come out and check it out. So I came out here, and I was here for a week, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it because it's clean. The people are great. The dollar goes so much farther. Like, I'm definitely not like there's some guys out here, they're literally just living here because it's cheap. But what I've come to find is it's not cheap. It's not fucking Miami, right? No. But you can live very cheap, or you can live by spending a lot of money. So like I pay like $6,000 a month for my crib now. So it's like if I was in Miami, I'd be spending $4, $5, $6 a month if I had a nice crib there. But I've got a crib here for $6,000. I have a private fucking patio with a private jacuzzi. I've got all this cool shit, right? Like that shit you wouldn't find in Miami. It's like hard to find. So I would just say what you get for your money here is fire. But the most important factor, like the money, it doesn't really matter. What matters is I don't have that many friends here. And the friends that I do have here are very focused. Everyone is focused on being healthy. We're all working out. We're all focused on building our businesses. It's very aligned thinking. So we have a very good place to live. And also, dude, the fucking convenience.
Yeah,
the convenience is insane. I have never been anywhere in the world where if I'm like, shit, dude, I just ran out of toothpaste, and I click toothpaste on Rappi, it's here in 7 minutes.
Fucking
and I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. And like, obviously toothpaste is a stupid example, but like it's anything you need. I barbecue damn near every day because my diet is pretty much meat and fruit. But I barbecue damn near every day. So I'm like, oh, I want a steak. So I just get a fucking steak delivered to me. I prep it, throw it on the grill, and that shit was there as $28 and is there in goddamn 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then I just cooked it. So it's just like the convenience is incredible, mixed with really high quality people, mixed with quality food, mixed with quality experiences. And then on top of that, like I said, I don't have that many friends out here. Excuse me. So I can really focus. Like I can really focus out here. I don't have distractions. I go to Miami, bro, come jump on this yacht. Yo, bro, I got 6 chicks. Let's go to the club. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit. And I'm just
back
like,
to Miami.
I'm like 6? Did you say 6? You know? Yeah, like, wait, I'm liking this race. You know? No, but seriously, like, there's just always shit going on. In these other cities. And I have friends, thank God, I have friends in every city. And it's like anywhere I go. And I love Miami. I love San Diego. And those are the primary places I go outside of my family. I like Vegas, right? And it's like everywhere I go, I have people there, which sounds cool. But the problem is because I'm always traveling, if I go to Vegas and people find out, bro, I'm getting my line back. Bro, let's go. Hey, oh my God, you're here. Let's go do this. Let's do this. And it's like now I've got 7 people ask me to do something on Friday night. And motherfucker, I love y'all. But like, I'm trying to smoke a joint and chill in my robe and watch some shitty TV like channels in my hotel room in the Venetian. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to do all that right now. You know, I had a gnarly week, and then they get mad. Like, bro, you know, kind of fake that you would. I'm like, bro, I had 7 people trying to have me do shit. And like, again, I'm not trying to sound like an ass or like arrogant or whatever, but it's just like there's always something going on. Whereas Medellin, I don't have that many people to ask me to do shit. And even if they do, it's like, hey, you want to go to fucking La Isla strip club, or you want to go to goddamn Dulcinea? Like, no. Like, I want to go to a nice dinner, and I want to go home and smoke a blunt, and then go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And most people are actually down for that. You know, there's definitely a lot of degenerates out in Medellin, but there's also a lot of people that are like super focused on health and improving themselves, and that's who I choose to surround myself with. What about you? Why Medellin for you?
A woman.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to know what love is.
Yeah.
I want you to show me.
Yeah. Fucking pussy. Anyway. No, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
How'd you
for
find
me,
her?
I met a woman, came down here, been with her for
Year and a half, 2 years?
Year and a half, 2 years now, almost.
Is she a paisa?
She's, no, Cartagena.
Nice.
So
Costeña.
see.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, it was pretty much a chick, to be honest, bro.
Yeah.
And then that's what brought me down here. What kept me here was exactly what you mentioned.
Yeah.
Convenience. The people here, like the Colombian people, are very
So
much like
nice, man.
they're very
Amazing
much like Irish
culture.
people.
Yeah, good
very
crowd.
bubbly, very warm.
Are Irish people nice?
Oh,
Have you not noticed?
Really?
Have you not?
Well, I mean,
noticed?
I have a very limited, you know, idea. I don't really know that many Irish people, to be
yeah,
honest.
they're just like us.
I just heard you guys drink a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah, we've been known to
partial-
have a few pints.
We're partial to a few drinks.
Have a
yeah.
few pints,
Have a
you
few
Irish
pints with the
fuck.
lads, like.
Have a few pints.
We're bringing for a few pints tonight. Now you know all about us.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Everything you mentioned, bro. Yeah. Obviously, beautiful women. I've got one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have many.
Yeah. Never heard of her. Yeah.
The people are so lovely. Some of the best restaurants in the world. Like, I've been to Miami and all these spots. Like, the food is so much better here.
Yeah.
for sure.
You can live like a king for 7-8K a month.
Yeah.
Whereas in Miami, what, you spend like 20 grand.
Yeah.
So like all those things. And then also like the industry I'm in, like high ticket sales, there's in my building, there's like 39 apartments. I reckon 80% of those are people in the industry.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
fire.
like
Wow.
I'm around those
Yeah.
people all day. Everyone's grinding. Everyone's hustling. I don't have the distractions as well of my friends back home. Let's do this or let's go here.
Yeah.
Everyone's locked in. Everyone has a common goal, which is be better
Yeah.
in all arenas of their life.
And everyone's shouting for you too. Everyone's rooting for you. It's like, oh man, that's fire. You got to
Yeah,
sound for that. Fucking amazing, bro.
Exactly. In
You
Miami,
know?
everyone's trying to tear you down. In Los Angeles, people trying to, oh yeah, no, that's cool, but I got this going on.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, fuck that.
Fuck
Why don't we
that,
just
man.
support each other?
And everyone's going to be better. We could just plenty bread for everybody, you know.
100%.
And just on going into network, so like, because network's so important. I don't care. That's how we work. That's how me and Brian got into the game in High Ticket. Like, so how do you go about finding the right people to hang out with, or finding your circle, right?
Yeah. So I keep my circle very small.
I know. I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very small.
It was hard to crack you.
yeah. That's crazy. Say no Diddy right now. That's crazy.
Where's the baby oil?
Yeah, pause. No, but genuinely, yeah, bro. I for the most part, the biggest thing for me is I'm looking for people with the same mindset. I really want people that are that understand that. I want people that understand. Dude, I'll try it, and I'll probably have heartburn like a bitch.
let's
Does
go.
everyone want to see me put this? I've never had a yellow.
First in.
Do you guys put it?
We
in
call
your...
it synergy.
Oh wait, no, hold on, because I have to spit this shit, and I'm not trying to spit.
No.
You don't have to spit. Just like put it up here, top flip.
I got an upper decky.
Upper
Upper
decky,
decky.
baby. Yeah. Sweet.
Like this, and I just chill.
Just chill. Just keep talking, bro,
yeah.
until you get sick.
Yeah, if I have to cut out, guys, it was nice knowing you. So anyway, do I look? Can you see that I have it?
No,
in my
you can't.
No,
No,
because it's down
I haven't been
as well.
all day on my sales calls, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man. They keep me
Nice.
going. That's the reason deals come in, bro.
Let's fucking go, bro. Powered by is it
Powered by
Velo?
Zin, Velo, yeah.
Velo.
Oh, yeah.
Velo?
Sponsor.
Yeah.
Sponsor us,
Yeah, let's
baby.
go. 20 grand, baby. So
The right mindset.
yeah, the right mindset, bro. And then finding your circle, I just take my time. I just take my time. I'll get to know somebody. But honestly, like my entire business model, when you work with enterprise clients, right? A lot of the times when you work with these large clients, they're going to be paying you what are called post-pay terms, right? So with what we do with Policy Printer, people pay you up front.
Yeah.
In my world, most people pay after you send the shit. So in my business, I have always had to adapt and acquire this one primary skill, which is if I'm on the phone with you for 5 minutes, I need to be able to know, is this person going to fuck me or not, right? And not the way we want. Like, are they literally, is this person going to pay me or is this person not going to pay me? Okay. So what I've been able to do and develop, the skill that I've developed over the past 7 years of business is just have an ability to determine if somebody's good people very quickly. And that's usually just by asking them questions that they'll answer to. And you kind of just sit back and watch. Also seeing how they treat other people.
Yeah, it's big.
How do you treat service workers?
Yeah.
You know, somebody comes and brings you food. Are you just like, oh, fuck, it's taking so fucking longer?
Yeah.
Or do you kind of come at things with empathy? Like, hey, man, just, where's, what's going on with the food right now? And obviously we all have our days. And sometimes people are fucking assholes. You're like, fuck this guy. Like, bro, give me my goddamn steak. What are we doing for 40 minutes? Right? But at the same time, for the most part, like, how do you treat other people? Also, how do you carry yourself? How do you talk about yourself? I need to be only around people that are trying to level the fuck up and that are already at a certain level. Correct. I definitely have a sense of accountability to serve those people younger and serve those people that are trying to come up. Like there's even people, plenty, God, I mean, there's not that many people that are doing over $250,000 a month in general, right? Yeah, so there's a lot of people that kind of look up to me. And so I think that it's really important. I actually just texted this guy, Gus, shout out Gus. He's doing really well in life insurance right now. And I texted him yesterday. I want to say this message because I think this is really important for anybody out there that's doing well to remember their responsibility. So he posted a picture of how good he's doing right now with business, not in some flexing shit, but it's just common in life insurance. And I said, never forget the impact you have on those looking up to you, bro.
Fire, bro.
Just as a little, like, he's younger than me. He's a really solid cat. He's always been really good to our team. But the point is, I say that because I think a lot of times people forget the amount of impact that they have on those that are looking up to them. Yeah. And I say, and this is for every single fucking person. Every person. It doesn't matter if you're making money. It doesn't matter if you're not making money. You could be an employee at fucking Walmart, right? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. The point is that there is probably 99% sure there is one person in your life that looks up to you.
Yeah.
It could be a younger kid. Yeah. It could be your fucking dad. And 90% of the time, they're never going to say it. but they do look to you. They look to you to set the bar. And if you set that bar, and if you're willing to overcome shit, then they're gonna look at that and they're gonna feed off of that. You know what I mean? And they're gonna set, you have now set the precedent for what they should rise to.
Yes.
And I think for me, it's important that I set the precedent for all of my team members, for my family, for my friends, for my business partners, for just my associates in general. Like, you know that if you were fucking with Nate, like, Nate is going to elevate you. I used to post this thing once, like every couple months, genuinely. And I forget what it was, but it was something along the lines of like, I was like, caution, or warning, if you hang out with me long enough, I will force you to believe that you are capable of anything. Because that's just what it is. Bro, I empower people, you know? And I think that's a key function as a leader in any organization. Correct. Is to truly empower people.
Yeah.
So once you kind of adopt that mindset of like, I am here to set the bar, I'm here to show people what is possible and show people what they should do, then it forces people all around you to rise to that occasion.
What would you say it takes to scale from like 100K to $500,000 a month?
Strategy and doing good business. I think the biggest thing, and at least, because the thing is scaling to 500K a month, like, let's be honest, bro. If we wanted, we could literally paint the picture that everything working with Policy Printer is just roses and fairy dust.
Yeah, for sure.
It would not be hard for me to bring in 500K in bad
and then churn,
business and then churn like a bitch. So I think really what it comes down to is like how to scale from 100 to 500 guys. Bro, there's fucking black hat ecom guys that rebuild motherfuckers and they can rack up 500K in a month, right? But is that sustainable? The way that I think about business is it's like the game Monopoly. And I think I've said this to you before. I really like this one thing because there are guys, I have friends, right, that make way more fucking money than me, way more money than me. But I know that what they're doing is not white hat, as we'll consider it. It's not clean business. It's not good business. And so the thing is, for me, I'm all about sustainability. And one day I'd really like to exit. And like you said, it takes years to develop a reputation in any organization or any industry, and it takes minutes to lose, right? Like we've seen the high ticket guys that had those sales guys and then they didn't pay, and then all of a sudden it spread like wildfire. Because again, good news travels fast, bad news travels faster.
Yeah.
So I think scaling to 500K a month in any business model is fucking hard. It's hard, but with proper that's when you have to adopt the mindset truly of a CEO. I think a lot of people don't know what a CEO is. I think a lot of people think a CEO is just the leader of an organization. No, a CEO is not in charge of sales. A CEO is not in charge of management. A CEO has one fundamental job, and that is to find the vision and then create the systems that will create the systems to create that vision, or to make that vision turn into a reality, right? And so when you sit back and you say, okay, let me really look at the situation. Like for this week, I was spending about an hour a day, every day with no calls. I put my phone on do not disturb. And I just sit back and I think, and I think, and I think, and I think. And then you develop the systems, you test, you fail, you test, you fail. And I think getting really comfortable with failure and actually getting excited to fail is the most important thing, because then you can test shit really fast. And the people that are scared of failure are always the ones that are never that successful. And they're always the ones that are dogging those and calling them grifters. Like, bro, the amount of times I've been called a fucking grifter because of my school community is retarded, or like LARPing or whatever. Like I can post screenshots, I can post whatever. People are just going to call it fake or whatever. And in today's day and age with AI, God knows you can make anything look fucking real.
That's for sure.
So that's the biggest thing, is like scaling to 500K requires a mindset, requires perseverance, it requires testing and failing, and ultimately just doing good business.
That's the biggest thing I took from working with you, actually, was the good business. Like, we're very transparent around numbers. So like, what do you genuinely expect if you come and work with us? Where everyone else will tell you exactly what you want to hear. We're like, oh, we just want to tell you the truth. Like, you can close X amount of these and X amount you won't. That's just the way it is. It's the way the game works. And most other offers, right, we kind of tell everyone in the fitness industry we can kind of help them, you know, because we can. It's to a certain extent. Mobility helps a lot of things, but with this, it was very, very transparent. I really like that, because it's not about like, okay, let's make a quick let's do 4 months of just amazing revenue and then just get fucked over, everyone churns. And that's why there's so many people looking to speak to us. Like, my fucking phone is buzzing right now with people wanting to talk to us, because that good name gets passed around. And that's the fire thing about you, man. When did you always have that, or did you kind of try things at the start and then realize, or is it just not aligned with who you are as a person?
I just realized from a young age that the guys that really do it, they do it right.
Yeah.
Oh, I never even talked about the fucking Monopoly thing. And I think this is actually a good way to go into that.
For sure.
What I think about with business is it's like Monopoly. When if we're all playing Monopoly and I'm the banker, right? I can easily just grab the money and put it into my hand. And then now I have all the money. And you guys can be like, what the fuck? I can literally grab the properties and just put them here and say, no, I own fucking Boston Park or whatever, right? I own whatever. That's cheating. And sure, that could work, right? For a short period, but that's just at the end of it, that's just cheating. And so for me, it's like, okay, great. You put up $500K a month, but you cheated. And so it's just like, is there any honor in that? No. Maybe there's more dollars in your bank account, but what the fuck is that when you're scamming or when you're taking from people that really need it?
Karma's a bitch.
Karma's a bitch, bro. It comes around and bites you, you know? And so I just think doing good business is the most important thing.
We had a guy called Kishan on podcast. He's one of the OGs of the high ticket sales space. He's been around for God knows how long. He's running 8 offers now. He's making a lot of money, but he's flirting with the idea of going into insurance sales. So I guess if someone's new to sales or someone's deep in the game, why should they choose insurance over high ticket? So
I think first and foremost, it's really important to identify which insurance. There's so many different forms of insurance. There's business to consumer, there's business to business. I think most people right now are looking at life insurance. And the reason why is because you get very big money very fast.
Yeah.
I know one of our clients, you know, like I said, that kid, he put up 16K in 2 weeks. I know somebody that put up 17K in 1 week, right? Just on the inbound calls, huge numbers, right? These guys are doing huge numbers. And I think that if you're going to go into life insurance sales, you have to understand that it's very fast money. It's very big money, but money can come and money can go. Yeah. Right. So it's important to understand the industry in totality before you get in and to not just get sucked in based on the idea of making a lot of money. And truly, just like anything, the biggest thing is understanding that one, it's going to take twice as long and cost you twice as much money, right? And two, to just set your expectations. And if you are going to go into insurance, tell yourself, listen, I'm going to do this and I'm going to commit to a minimum of 18 months into this, not a year. I'm going to commit to a minimum of 18 months into this game. And if it doesn't pan out after the 18 months, at 18 months, that's the only fucking time when you can truly sit there and look back and be like, is this something that I want to continue to pursue? And at that point, then you can make your decision. So what my advice would be for anybody that's looking to get into the insurance space is, number one, set your expectations and don't just get sold into this idea of you're going to come in and make $1 million. Yeah. Two, dedicate yourself truly for a specific period of time that you set for yourself. And I seriously recommend a minimum of 18 months. And I think a lot of times what people really fuck up on is when they think, man, what happens if this fails? One, you're going to know a lot more than before you tried it, right? Nice, you're just going to acquire knowledge. That's my biggest thing is I just want to acquire knowledge on shit. I want to know who is the people to do business with, who is not to do business with, etc. And so when you set your expectations, you give yourself a minimum threshold of time to actually commit to something. That's going to put yourself in a lot better position. And then understand that like there's so much unknown that you're about to face. And so just be prepared for that. And if you're someone where you have the wherewithal, I mean, clearly if he has multiple offers, he understands this already. But that's truly what I would say to anybody who's considering getting into insurance. And if you're coming from high ticket, it's great because you truly can build yourself a book, right? And by the book of business, it will continue to pay you. In life insurance, no matter what people say, renewals aren't that great. Renewals and people building the book isn't that great right now. Medicare is probably still the best insurance to get into if you want to build a book. However, Medicare also has its cons. Throughout the year, you get paid less on every single deal you close, and then you're waiting for that renewal in the next year to come in for you to actually, realize that what we call retention and effectuation of those new policies that are reoccurring and you're truly getting paid on. So the best part about insurance that I really love is that these insurances have been around for literally life insurance. Yeah. I think it's been around for like 200 years or something like that. And don't quote me on that, but it's been around for a long time. And so just like, fitness offers or health offers or whatever, those come and those go. right? For the most part.
Yeah.
And so insurance is great because it really is a sticky industry that will just keep being there. And so it's really something you can build a firm foundation on.
Yeah, I agree.
But, and this is a big but, like I said, ACA, U60, or private U65, Medicare, auto, they've all had their ups and their very, very downs. And so you just have to know that whatever you're going to get into, like legislation with the government is going to come in. Carriers are going to change their models in which they pay out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to the life insurance game within the next 2 years. We've got fucking Iman Gadzhi that's coming out with some shit for life insurance now,
Yeah, everyone's just jumping on the bandwagon.
Everyone's jumping in. And the problem is when everyone jumps into something, competition increases.
Correct.
When competition increases, that doesn't matter because it's already a very red ocean. There's already that, like, I think there's like 1 million licensed life insurance agents in the United States. So that's huge, right? Yeah. Like, it's a huge market. There's a ton of people that are currently doing business, but the problem with competition is when competition starts to get so fierce,
they'll do anything to win.
They'll do anything to put money in their pocket. Yeah. And when that happens and dirty business starts happening, that's when the carriers have to step in and start saying, hey, can't do this. We have to change that. The LTVs on our policies are not where they're supposed to be. So because of that, we have to change payouts. And that's when shit starts to get hairy. So I don't know how long it's going to be in this world until carriers start to have to change shit. It could be never. It could be in 12 months. It could be in 18 months. It could be in 5 years. Like, Medicare was extremely fucking hot for like 10 years. Like, solar was extremely fucking hot for 10, 15 years. Yeah. And then now, and everyone now is like, oh, solar's dead. And solar's been fucking dead. Like, first off, solar has been dead. Solar really started to die when COVID hit. And I know that because I got into the performance game from solar. Everyone was door knocking. Everyone was getting paid fat fucking amounts. There was different options for financing. There was the loans where you actually bought the system. There was the, I think it's called PPE, which is like the something PEP, something like that, which PPP, something like power purchase. Oh, PPAs, power purchase agreement. Basically, you were putting panels on houses. You didn't own the panels, but you had like a fixed rate. It was all these different programs that were there to assist people with getting policies, and people are getting panels. People are making a lot of fucking money, but then that died. Right. So now everybody in solar is like, oh, I'm going to switch over to insurance. And the biggest thing is I want to say to all the insurance guys out there, like, stop dogging on different verticals because you want to acquire more salespeople. Stop dogging, oh, fuck solar. This is why you should get into insurance. Like, I understand because you're really trying to recruit people and that's good. But like, there's no need to like push down other people's shit just to try to push yours up. And that was one thing that I learned this year. Shout out my boy Kareem. He really helped me with my mindset because I had a very good friend. When I first started Policy Printer, I told about this. And then, less than a month later, he came out with his own version of that. And it really frustrated me because he introduced competition in this space with somebody that was a really good friend of mine that I was like, what the fuck, bro? Right. And he never even mentioned like anything about it. Like, oh, hey, bro, just to let you know I'm doing that. No, it was just like, oh, guess what? I'm doing this shit. I'm now your competitor. Copy and paste. But he didn't copy and paste, right? Let's make that very fucking clear.
Yeah, as best he could.
But anyway, the point is that when that happened, I talked to my boy Kareem because I was really frustrated. I had so much competition coming up. I even created my own competition because of my school community. And I was just like, yo, bro, like, what am I supposed to do now? And he goes, bro, I'm one of the biggest Medicare pubs in the game, right? And by pubs, he generates the most traffic. He's like, I'm one of the biggest Medicare pubs in the game. And one thing that I will tell you is don't focus on trying to tear other people's towers down. Only focus on trying to build yours to be the tallest it can be. And that really hit me because I was like, you're right. I am spending so much energy and just fixated on the fact that these people would create competitive brands. And now I've got all this competition. And now when I'm on sales calls talking about, what about this company? I'm like, fucking goddamn it. It literally is a company that created because of my fucking idea. You know what I'm saying? And so when I realized that competition is good for the marketplace, competition drives performance.
Yes.
But at the same time, if you're so focused on tearing everybody else's shit down, you are not going to have the energy to be able to pour into your organization and make sure that you're building yours as tall as it can go. Which is just all in my efforts of just saying that if you're going to get into insurance, really know what you're getting into, understand the model, understand the pros and the cons, and do not undervalue the cons that will come from that game,
Yeah. Amazing stuff. Yeah, we're coming up on time.
That's it.
Okay.
What's one thing you'd like people to take away? Let me say that again. What's one thing you'd like people to take away from this podcast?
be resilient. No matter what you do,
Bring the dog.
just be a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Put your head down. Don't worry about what he's doing or she's doing or grass is greener over here. Like even with final expense, and this is shooting myself in the foot with Policy Printer. I've had people that have come to us and been like, bro, outbound doesn't work. Outbound fucking works. Outbound dialing on data, getting people on the phone and closing them will make you money. It will make you a lot of fucking money. Taking inbound calls works. Taking appointments works. Taking live transfers from offshore call center works, right? What it really comes down to is find a mentor that you know does it right, does it compliantly, does it good, and then really focus on that one thing until you get it, and then add in other shit. And it doesn't matter if you're a fucking high ticket sales guy or insurance or trying to, you're just one of the guys that are trying to come up. Be resilient, find a system, find a mentor, dive deep. Blinders, bro.
Yeah,
blinders.
just go.
This is my one singular fucking focus. Yeah. Even with me, bro, I've got auto insurance campaigns running. I've got Medicare campaigns running. I've got ACA campaigns running. But that's all background. That takes none of my focus. I have a team member who he just focuses on doing all that shit, right? My singular focus right now is making final expense agents get fucking rich off of inbound calls.
Yes.
That is my focus. I've had people come up, they say, I've got this peptides offer, I've got this GLP-1 offer, I've got all this other shit that I want to run and scale. Are you interested in joining it? And I say, no, because you have to get really fucking good at saying no and turning down opportunities, because those opportunities, those aren't really opportunities. Those are distractions in disguise. So just lock the fuck in, focus, make it happen, and then you can expand later on.
Awesome.
Nice, brother.
Where can people find you?
So on Instagram, at Billion Nate. You can look me up on YouTube. I've got a ton of content there. Nate Anslet on YouTube. I talk about pay per call. I talk about final expense. Just a wealth of me just pouring out wisdom and information that I've acquired and knowledge that I've acquired through the years that I've been in business.
Legend. Nate, appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. And let's make some fucking money.
Let's make some fucking money, boys.
Let's fucking go.
Woo.